Hi guys, I'm Shmi, and today I'm back at Aston Martin for probably the most exciting part in the build process of my GT8, because today we're going to be firing it up for the first time, bringing the car to life as it rolls off the end of the production line. It will finish today as a built car, ready to go through all the testing processes and on towards delivery. So I've been covering this build as part of my Road to GT8, the car from the marriage through to all the parts of the trim and assembly. But today we're going to hear it. So let's head inside and check out the car on the line. We've arrived during a break, but that is a perfect opportunity for me to walk around what is now basically looking like a pretty much completed car. I can spot a couple of things that are still yet to come, but this is the inspection operations bay where they go around and do a full sort of audit of the work that's been done on the line up to this point, all of the processes that we've seen over the previous few episodes. But we've got some new things. We've got the number plate plinth now. Obviously all the bonnets and sort of doors and everything are on and closed down. Things that are missing, the carbon fiber wings badge, quite special. That actually goes on right at the end when the car's passed through all of the different sort of tests. My mirror caps are coming from Q, so they'll go on slightly later as well. We've got the wing obviously there, and the orange sort of highlights all coming through. This has come out so perfectly. Same story with the wings badge at the rear, but just again, another look at that carbon fiber. It's lined up and so awesomely perfect. There are 4 different parts to this rear bumper as well, I've been learning, that all sort of attach together to make way for those beastly exhaust tips down there. Would you look at this? Let's have a look at the inside, because yesterday it didn't have seats or a steering wheel, so that's all new. This is at this stage where they test everything. Oh, we've also got the door sill. There'll be a plaque here, a carbon fiber GT8 plaque there. We've got the orange highlights coming through, the seats with the Vantage GT8 embroidery. My signature's behind here as well as under this. Got the new low-line center console as well. That's leather. They previously had a higher center console, but this is lower to be able to access the gear stick. In fact, I'm just going to hold it. There we go. I've held the gear stick for the first time. This is utterly awesome. So yes, the steering wheel had to go in after the seats, of course, to make sure it could easier access for the seats to go in. You've got my sort of optionals controls for the mobile phone and the cruise control there as well. But this is utterly brilliant. Utterly brilliant. And when it heads on from here, ooh, that was fun, closing that nice resounding thud. When it heads on from here, it will move to this final stage where it's going to be started up, and that's what we're going to get to shortly. I'm just taking it all in, and it's utterly brilliant. It's time now then for the final station of the production line, and this is where the engine is going to roar and it's going to come to life. Now, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to get a brand new engine up and running. Of course, it needs priming, the fuel has to circulate, so it takes a few pushes, and then I gather there's going to be a rather beastly sound coming out of the back of it. This should be probably the loudest startup it ever does. So we're going to hear this in a second here at the end of the production line. This has just got even more exciting because I've got the key and I'm going to have the honours of starting the car for the very first time in its life. So firstly, that means I've got the opportunity to sit in the car for the first time. I'm a little bit nervous actually. This is really strange, but let's jump in. Sat in my driver's seat, check that out. 0.0 miles on the dashboard. Okay, this feels good. I could get used to this. The seat is brilliant in here. So, we're in the car, we're in neutral, the handbrake is on. I'm gonna take the key back out of my pocket. This is the sort of plastic valet key almost. And it's going to be time to start it up. Now, like we've been told, it might take a couple of goes. I've been sort of instructed on the process. It's the emotional control unit, so it goes right in here. If you have a sort of paddle shift Aston like my former one, you have the park, drive, neutral and reverse buttons, not in that order, but along there. This has the new style dash to my previous car, but the satin carbon is awesome. So let's brake and clutch. Let's go for it. First go, we're live. That was easy. First plop. I wasn't expecting it at all, and now we've got the GT8 Raw rumbling away behind. This is, if a smile could speak 1,000 words, this is it. Utterly amazing. Let's just jump out and hear this from the outside just really, really quickly. That rumble is insane. Right, I think I'm probably supposed to drop it off. Whoa. She's alive. And I'm speechless. This is it. It's time to come off the end of the production line. The Shmeemobile GT8 is officially built and on its own wheels as it rolls off the end there. Done. Insanely special. Wow. Finished. And by the way, in case you were wondering about any of the sort of smoke or anything you might have seen earlier, that's not a problem. That is to do with it being a brand new engine and the first time all the fluids are sort of going around. Totally normal. And finished. The car now comes over these ladders. Bit of a suspension test to shake it quite dramatically. Flies through, so that is all about, you know, testing the suspension, making sure it sort of starts lowering, because suspension blocks keep it a little bit higher here in the factory, so it will sit eventually with a slightly lower ride height, and then it's going to go through here to geometry. This is a very, very, very trick setup. Now, before a car goes through geometry, obviously the alignment of all the wheels, the toe, the different angles and things would be completely all over the shop. So what happens here is the guys can go underneath, use the measurements that come from the lasers here, and configure the car and basically set it all up so that it would actually drive in a straight line. So this is going to take a little bit of time. Then it continues on beyond, where there is actually a Zagato Coupe right now, which is rather lovely. It has the headlights adjusted, then it goes into rolling road 1 just to have a little bit of test on the move. Then after that it has the undertrays fitted as well. So this is sort of the start of the testing and preparation process for the road. Then we'll try and catch up with it out the other side, ready for rolling road 2, where maybe I'll be able to stick a camera inside the car, hear some of it under a little bit of load. We ventured into the depths of the geometry pit underneath the car, where it's being aligned at the moment, or sort of the measurements are being taken at the moment. There's a sort of system that's pulling down on the car to sort of represent the weight of a normal load, and then everything can start being adjusted from underneath. All the adjustments are being made here then. I'm quickly going to draw your attention to the titanium exhaust system. Now this of course is going to get covered by the undertrays in due course. The whole thing from the engine sort of up here all the way through to the exhaust box at the back is made from titanium for lightweight and also for the sound. That looks so good. So headlight alignment now. This is where it will get the under tray installed, so it's going to get lifted up. You can see underneath it again. Back down it comes. Next, it's the rolling road. Would you listen to that sound? So we're next up to head in to the rolling road. The car's in, it's just about time for the rolling road to start. I've sneaked a camera on the inside recording that so that we can hear some rather delightful GT8 goodness. into reverse first. This is very strange how you just don't hear it from outside. But inside, it's not going to be quiet, I'm sure. So we're in first gear now. There we go, forwards. Done then, ready to come back out, and shortly to get some orange mirror caps. That does sound so good. The mirror caps have been fitted. You've probably been enjoying some rather loud clips of the car in the rolling road booth that I haven't been seeing. That's now going to head off for a moment. I've been taking a lot of photos. But away she goes for some testing out on the road outside. This is squeaks and rattles testing then, just putting the car through its paces, shaking anything about, checking for any problems of course. But it's so awesome to see it outside right now. Look at that coming towards us. That's some real testing. We're back inside and the car is now in what's called a fit and finish bay. So this is where, if anything's come up, it will be inspected. But basically the car is going to continue a cycle of testing from here. It's going to go through all sorts of different things: water testing, wind testing up to 140 mile per hour winds. Obviously it's been in the rolling road up to 75 miles per hour driving, lots and lots of water. It's actually quite amazing seeing the test cycle and seeing what it's going to go through before it's cleaned up. The paintwork is obviously going to be perfected before it is delivered. It literally goes through a ton of different things, but I was firstly today not expecting to be able to start it up myself. Secondly, I was not expecting to see it very briefly there outside, which is utterly cool as well. And thirdly, it's basically nearly completed. It's a built Aston Martin GT8 and it looks brilliant. And I am so pleased. I know a few people I think were slightly unsure how the orange and the blue would come together, but right now, looking at it, I cannot wait for this to be finished, for the wing badges to go on, and for the SH12MEE number plate to be placed onto the car. But that's going to be it for this little adventure at the factory, the build process of my Aston Martin Vantage GT8. I cannot thank everybody at Aston Martin enough who has made this possible, to bring this content to you guys and see behind the scenes the building of a special car to anyone, but my car, it's a dream come true. It's been phenomenal, unbelievable, and I think I'm going to pinch myself and go back through these photos. Maybe I'll be waking up from a dream, but for now, this has been awesome. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. That is it for this time. I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.